As everyone has been experiencing, this year has been rather challenging. I think something that I've realized, and I think a lot of the dancers have realized, is just how essential that sense of being together and working together as a team. We always talk about our community, and it's sort of this abstract word, but I think we've really all kind of felt very viscerally like what it means to not have community. I've been really grateful to have these outdoor rehearsals and classes. It's great for the kids to work together and dance together, but also for the dancers to just see each other, to see their classmates, to stay connected to one another as humans. And then for the teachers as well, to see our students be like, oh yeah, you're not just a square on my screen, you're a person.
My approach is to meet each student where they're at. And I enjoy being creative and problem solving some of the technical difficulties they might be facing. And we try to approach it so they have more command of their art form. I've been teaching in the Bay Area for over 3 decades. And I teach at many, many studios. And what I find at Berkeley Ballet Theater at this moment in time with Robert Deckers in charge, there's such a spirit of collaboration. He's so gifted in bringing great people together, choreographers, teachers, musicians, filmmakers, costume makers. The kids are in a rich environment and they learn from all of these aspects of theater.
I was excited to just ask some questions about, where is ballet headed? And I think the Nutcracker for dance in America is the lifeblood of ballet in the United States. And instead of just leaving it behind, to really look at, can we reimagine this work? Can we give it new life and make it something that feels really relevant to where we are today, that feels accessible to everyone in our community, that doesn't leave anyone out, but instead brings everyone in? The Nutcracker is sort of like the classic hero's journey. You have a protagonist who goes through this experience and goes to another place and then returns home with new understanding and awareness. And so for our protagonists, which are Clara and Clark in our new show, we decided that what could be a better place for them to learn and have this experience than in the natural world. I sort of use Amelia Earhart as my inspiration for the character of Clara. And so she's going to be gifted a map and goggles and a parachute. And the parachute fills up and they're going to fly away at the end of the snow scene and come up from the orchestra pit into Act 2 into the Cloud Palace. Of course, where would the Sunlight Fairy live but in the clouds? So there's this whole palace in the clouds, and she calls all of the sprites and dryads from the ocean and from the constellations and the night sky, from the volcanoes, from the flower fields, from the mountains, and we have all these different sort of naturally inspired divertissement.
What I love about ballet in general is you are going into a fantasy world that has all this magic, but honestly, there is magic all around us. So that is what I'm loving about this, is connecting this magic fantasy to our reality. Like when you were in the ocean, what did it feel like when the water was rushing on your body? And hopefully that gives imagery for dancers to move in a different way. And I'm hoping that will create not only a more connection to their movement, but a connection to the natural world.
I really love how the Nutcracker is this sort of tradition that's passed on from one generation to the next. And for a school, you see the dancers in the levels above you doing these different parts, and you work towards these goals of doing this certain step or being able to get on point so that you can do this role. And so I really wanted to hold that true to the Nutcracker that we're building and have it really be something that the dancers feel ownership of. BBT's original production was really focused on giving back to the community, and that was a really important thing that I wanted to carry forward as well in this new show.
Looking at on stage, off stage, I feel like BBT as a community is so tightened together.
The feeling that we get, that experience of coming together and working on something collectively, it's why we dance. And I'm really grateful that we've been able to offer that to our dancers during this time.